Remember, life does not get easier. We get stronger or not. That's our choice. It's our choice to get mentally stronger. A note that I wrote, one of the first things she says, mindset is a muscle that can be trained. Your mindset, it's not something you're just born with. Oh, that's who I am. No, it's a muscle that can be trained. The question is, are you training it? Are you in the gym? This is why we read out of the book 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class, because this is about, are you training your brain to be mentally tougher for the storms that are up ahead, for the adversities that are up ahead, for the things that you don't even know are coming, that life is coming, the enemy is coming to knock you off your path. Are you prepared, or have you just been sitting on the mental couch? Have you just been lazy with what you're consuming, with what you're allowing in? So that when that storm does come, it will absolutely knock you out. You don't have the mental fortitude, the spiritual fortitude to even fight any of the battles that are coming your direction for the life that you're asking for. Most of us are asking for a life that maybe we don't even know people that have that life. We're asking for time freedom and financial freedom and the ability to bless others and all these things. But do you even have the mental ability to handle the responsibility of what you're asking for? This is the work. This is what we got to be reminded constantly, that every single day we got to do this mental work. She said, your mind is a battlefield. It's constant every single day. That's why we do this in the morning, so that the rest of your day, you know you're in a fight. You're supposed to put on the full armor of God. Why? Because we know it's a battle every single day. But what are you allowing? What are you allowing to take over that mind? This is about transformation. She said, you can't build an extraordinary life on a weak mindset. You can't build an extraordinary life on a weak mindset. It's the way it goes. You can't go off and design the life that you want. This isn't strong. It starts with you making a decision and making some commitments. It starts with you making some decisions and making some commitments to yourself about what you are willing to do, what you are willing to sacrifice, what you are willing to do to push you out of your comfort zone, what you're willing to get rid of in your life, who you're willing to get rid of in your life, what you're willing to add into your life, the time you're willing to give. Like, this is about making the commitment, making a decision. Decisions are choices that we make. Most of us haven't just made the decision to do what's necessary to go off and design our ideal life. We haven't made the decision to sacrifice the things or put away the things that are not helping us get to the life that we want. So that's what we got to work on. That's all. We just got to work on this. We got to work on making do or die commitments. This is what it says. Again, our text, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class, says champions make do or die commitments. Here's what it says in text. It says, if there was ever one word that could define if there was ever one word that defined the champion, the word would be commitment. When everyone else is tired, exhausted, and burned out from the battle, the great ones are just getting warmed up. It's not that they don't fatigue, but their commitment to their dream keeps them going. Say that again. It's not that they don't fatigue, but their commitment to their dream keeps them going. Average people think it would be nice to achieve their goal as long as it doesn't get too uncomfortable or painful. Champions don't recognize pain because they have made a commitment to do what it takes to win. Amateur performers make a commitment and approach it like a hobby. Professional performers make a commitment and approach it like a war, knowing that they will have to endure an unknown level of suffering along the road to victory. Amateur performers always question the price they have to pay for success. Champions pay whatever price it takes to win. This small difference in mental strategy makes all the difference in the world. Commitment is more about making a decision to do whatever it takes to succeed than anything else, yet only the pros seem to be able to get themselves to make these decisions. It's a commitment. It's a decision to win. It's a decision to say, I will get better in my health. Like, my health will be at a certain place. This is what I see of my life. These are the goals. This is what I need to experience and feel like. So my health is a major priority. So I make a commitment to do the right things, to eat the right things, to work out, to move my body, to focus on my breath, whatever it is. Like, I make a commitment to that. I make a commitment in my finances. If I know I want to build wealth, if I know that the future is important, I make a commitment today to save money, to put money aside, to watch where my money is going. I make a commitment that I'll have the strongest marriage, that I'll have great relationships. How do I do that? By sacrificing, by getting closer to my spouse, by being more intimate, whatever it is. Like, these are just decisions, not according to our feelings, as it says up here, not when it just gets hard. It says average people think it would be nice to achieve their goals as long as it doesn't get too uncomfortable or painful. As most people, right? As long as it doesn't get too hard, as long as it doesn't get too painful, because then I'd rather go back into that place of comfort, that comfort zone. I stepped out a little bit. I got a little uncomfortable. It hurt a little bit. I got knocked down a bit. I got a little, right, scarred, a couple of bruises. That was too much. Let me go back into comfort. That was a little bit too much for me. I need to go backwards. This is how most people operate, but not us. This can't be us. This can't be the people that want to go off and design their ideal life. You got to make commitments that you stick to regardless of how you feel about things, regardless of how painful it is. Again, it says in here, champions don't recognize pain because we already made a commitment. We already made a commitment in our marriage. Like, we already made a commitment. Like, it is what it is. We made the commitment. We know what it's going to be. We're willing to go through it for the greater good, to understand that we have goals. We have a vision. There's something that God called us to be and do, and that we have to go through this process of training, of getting tougher, of getting stronger. We have to learn to endure. We have to know that, like, there's going to be adversities. And it's not a, I think she said in there, right? It's not about the excuses that we make, right? I'm not ready, timing's not right. Any of these excuses that we start making are the things that limit us, knowing that this road is going to be hard. Remember, these are changing your thinking, changes your life. Why do you all hear me say similar things over and over again? Because this helps me think about life in a certain way. And I would hope that if you picked up some of these things, that this will help you think about life in a certain way. But understand, life does not get easier. We get stronger. We build the capacity. We get more mentally tough. We get more spiritually tough. Like that's what happens. Actual life, when people are like, I just wish it were easier, it'll never get easier. You're just going to get older. Your kids are going to get older. You're going to have more responsibilities. Life is going to keep changing. Prices of things keep going up. Like, everything is going to naturally get harder. You can't expect it to not. What you can expect to do is to get stronger. Like, you can expect that, like, you make a decision to say, like, I'm just going to build the capacity I need to handle all of what life has for me. I'm going to build the capacity to do it. That's where we make these decisions. That's a mindset. That's how you think. Some people think it will get easier or wish it will get easier. It won't. You can get stronger, though. You can get into the mental gym more. You can show up on these calls more. You can read more. You can watch who you're around more. You can watch what you're consuming more. You can sacrifice more. You can have more discipline. You can do all of those things, and you will be able to handle the life that you're asking for. But if we don't do those things, we won't get to the life that we want. We won't get to the life that God called us to live. We won't get to the life that we don't need a break from. We won't get there. That's why most people don't get there. It's because at some point, they stop making these commitments. They stop making these do or die commitments. They stop making the decision to say, I'm going to do this. Because it's hard. None of the stuff I'm telling you is easy. It's the hardest stuff you'll ever do. It doesn't mean that we can't do it, though. Doesn't mean that you can't believe that it's possible. Doesn't mean that you let that dream die in your heart. That's not what it means. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Right? It's just the way it goes. And so we have to be real about this part of things so that we know that we're all on the same journey and we're all fighting and we're all willing to go down this path to get to our ideal life, to get to the man or woman that God called us to be. It starts with you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, changing the way that you think, challenging yourself in all areas. Remember, y'all, when I talk about success, I'm talking about success in all areas of your life. Health, wealth, love, happiness, like all the areas. But how you do one thing is how you do everything. So once you have the habit of learning how to improve in an area, how to become successful in an area, if you apply the same principles, the same habits, the same thought process to that area of your life, you'll get similar outcomes. That's how this works. This is why, right? Like you can be very successful in business and successful in marriage and successful in your finances and successful in your health because it's all similar disciplines. It's all similar sacrifices. It's all similar ways to think. And if you just apply it, you get the right outcomes. This quote says, "You cannot keep a committed person from success. Place stumbling blocks in his way, and he takes them for stepping stones. And on them he will climb to greatness. Take away his money, and he'll make spurs of his poverty to urge him on. The person who succeeds has a program. He fixes his course and adheres to it. He lays his plans and executes them. He goes straight to his goal. He is not pushed this side and that every time a difficulty is thrust his way. If he can't get over it, he goes through it." That's George Gilder. He's an author. Again, no one can stop someone that's committed. The key is, have you made that commitment? Have you made the commitment for greatness? Have you made the commitment for excellence? Have you made the commitment to have an amazing life? Have you made the commitment to always go after your goals and dreams? Have you made the commitment to be financially free, to have time freedom? Have you made the commitment to be healthy, to be spiritually whole? Like, have you made these commitments to yourself? And if you haven't, I would challenge you. Today's the day. No better day like today, right? No better day to start than today. Good old saying they used to say, when was the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Today. Right? Today. So let's not wait. Let's not push this off. Let's use today. Wednesday, some of y'all that have been here know I always say there's no such thing as hump day. That's made up. It's made up by people that only like 2 days out of the week and hate 5 days out of the week. So regardless if it's Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, it doesn't matter. We get every day. We take every day to move one step closer to our goals, one step closer to our dreams, one step closer to the man or woman God called us to be. We take every single day, every opportunity, because you don't know when your last day is. So we use every day to make that happen. The action step for today says, make a list of the 5 most important things you are committed to in your life and ask this critical thinking question: are my habits, actions, and behaviors congruent with my commitments? Make a list of the 5 most important things that you think you're committed to in your life, and then ask yourself this question: are my habits, actions, and behaviors congruent with my commitments? If not, we know the work we got to do, ladies and gentlemen. If they are, keep doing it, because then you will build the capacity to handle that life that you're asking for. That's the work. That's the work. I challenge us all to do it. I encourage you all to go do the work today and moving forward. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. People are counting on you to win. The reason why you're on this call and they're not on this call is because you need the information. You need to apply the information. You need to build the capacity, because they're counting on you. You don't know when. You don't know when they're going to call on you. You don't know when you're going to have to step up and show that you've been working through this process. You don't know when, but it's coming. I promise you, it's coming. So you got to go off and do the work. You got to continue to learn. You got to continue to grow. You got to continue to be better so that we can go off and design our ideal life. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you again back here on Friday. Take care.